everybody? Welcome to the Holy Rollers Campaign 3. This will be session 4 of our new adventure. In I'm going to formally name the map that I will eventually show you, probably in the next couple of sessions, in the Unholy Territories. We are so excited you're here tonight. Thank you so much if you have been involved in our Facebook group over the last week. We've been trying some new stuff, trying to generate more interest and more content that you guys enjoy, and we are so thrilled that you are responding to it. Please continue to do so. Please go find our Facebook group if you have not already. Like us, find some posts that interest you and comment on them. It means the world to a small group like us. So we can get out there and be visible to more people and show more people the love of Christ through our games. We have rolled for prayer, as is our custom, and I think Dennis is going to be taking us before the Lord tonight. Dennis, please take us away.
Okay. And just so that everybody knows, the Facebook group is called the Holy Rollers D&D group. D, the and symbol, D group. Just so that you know. We'd love to have you go on it.
Very much.
Anyways, everybody, if you're ready to go before the Lord, let's go ahead. Lord, we just thank you and we praise you for everything that you're doing in our lives. You've seen all of our prayer requests through the week. There's more than what we can say here tonight, but you know what they all are. We started the Monday prayer group or prayer post on the Facebook group, Lord, and we have Clayton who wants us to pray for his grandmother. So I pray healing over her right now in the name of Jesus. I ask, Lord, that you touch her and heal her, and touch Clayton as well and his family, and just bless them. I pray that you touch each one of us tonight. Help us to honor you in everything that we do. Help us to role play well. Help us to use these imaginations that you've given us to your glory. And I ask that you make our roles good and the DM's roles good, and that you bless her for the story that she has been weaving through your help and through the Holy Spirit. And I just thank you in everything. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
We'll see if you thank me by the end of this session.
I probably won't, but you know.
We'll see, Dennis, if you thank me by the end of this session.
I won't.
Don't you just, if you're not going to pray against her, just don't pray period for her.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
From now on. Lord,
Thanks.
the DM, you know what we think.
Was I the only one brave enough to pray against the DM and get my wish granted?
Dear God, that DM of ours, that hoe, just...
Okay, no, and I didn't resort to name calling, thank you.
I'm calling myself, it's fine. And it's a joke. So, who wants to go for a recap? Preferably someone who has not recapped yet.
I want to gather all them inspirations. Nobody else.
All right, Dennis, we'll let you take a stab at it.
Okay,
Sorry, Kyle. You'll get your chance.
Oh, we started off back at the other spot after fighting the ogres. We met an old cantankerous
Orcs.
Or what? Oh, we
Orcs.
fought the
Orcs.
orcs. That's right, orcs. We met an older guy. It wasn't a kobold. I can't remember exactly.
This is going great.
Halfling. It was a halfling. That's right.
He was
an old
dude.
halfling.
Dennis, try harder.
Yeah, we helped him fix his wagon wheel, and he helped us get into this town. He did share with us that we needed papers. We didn't have any, so he actually told the guards that we were his bodyguards, basically his protection. And
but
then
that didn't work super well, so you had to use
no,
the seal.
And
instead.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Making sure.
So with the guards, they questioned that, and so we showed them the seal. They said, "Well, why didn't you say you were that in the first place?" And let us on in. So we got in there, and as we got in, we went straight towards the back of the thing to the manor, which I don't remember the manor's name. I'm doing this all off of memory. Yep.
We can tell.
And as we got there, we noticed that the door, it looked like it had been forcefully opened and shut many times. We got up there. we searched it. We didn't see anything at first, but we did notice that there was crumbs and dried and old rotten fruit and some stuff at the door. So it looked like whoever kept opening and shutting the door did it just enough to throw food in. So we went in, and Red went in first, and then the rest of us followed. And lady, oh shoot, what was her name?
Lira
Lyra.
Mournhold.
Lyra, yes. She Red recognized her, although she was a shadowy form of herself, I think is what the DM called it.
A
Uh
thin shadow, but close
Thin
enough.
shadow,
She
shadowy form. Come on, it's
she was
close.
they're distinctly different, but she's basically not herself. Continue.
She was
He
she was
used the
not
word shadow. Be proud
yeah,
right now.
she was
Bro.
not who Red remembered her being. Um she came barreling down the stairs at us on all fours, and as we turned around, we saw on the wall, in blood, big letters, uh, "Remember your shame,"
Close enough.
and then we rolled initiative, and I won.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Take your inspo. Kyle, would you like to round out any of those points? You're muted. There you go.
Just one point. At the gate, the steel represented tithe hunters would be the word you were looking for, and which the old man did not take kindly to that information and kind of had a freak out meltdown moment. But Rorn quickly reiterated, like you said, there are ways around papers.
Nice. Yeah, you get the impression tithe hunters are not well regarded in this world.
No, I can't imagine why.
Yeah, people who kidnap people and sell and use them as a tithe for pay, that's incredibly,
Hey, it's a
untoward.
perfectly legit
Didn't you
job.
say?
What are you
Didn't you say
talking
they're
about?
getting used? They're getting pretty much killed and reanimated. Like
No, so that was
what?
the decimation. The decimation happened some time ago, and it was the initial 10% of all population reanimated for use as a controlling force in every settlement. The tithe is something that happens quarterly based off a number that they achieve at the beginning of the year. So let's say a town has 1,000 people in it. They know they have to then tithe 100 people in that year. So they'll break it up by quarters so that it's not quite so sudden. Um, but yeah, so we have rolled initiative, and you can see the map now, I assume. Uh, Lytle, you are up first with a 24 initiative, and Red, you are on deck.
So Lytle sees this poor half elf woman who looks a thin shadow of herself
Thank you.
from what he can, just looking at her, he can tell this is not who she used to be. I mean, that would be apparent. She probably was a good looking, well rounded half elf. And being a half elf himself, he really feels for her. He does not want to hurt her just based on the fact that Red knows her. And the fact that he really doesn't want to fight Red.
Attaboy.
So, yeah.
That wouldn't go well for anybody.
No, and so he's thinking through what he wants to do, and he decides to cast calm emotions on her.
Okay.
Now,
Nice.
calm emotions has the ability to do two things if she saves on her charisma.
Okay.
I can either suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened, which is not what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Or I can make a target indifferent about creatures of my choice that it is already hostile towards.
Okay.
So that is what I'm looking to do. Try to get her to be indifferent
All right.
to us.
So good news. If you had gone for charmed or frightened, it would have failed.
I figured.
but your charisma check, her charisma check, I should say, automatically fails.
Okay. So, she is kind of indifferent to us now.
Okay.
Um,
She stops her charge kind of mid stride, and you see her kind of sit like recoil back on her haunches like a creature, and she brings one dirty nailed hand up to her head and just pounds her own forehead as if she wants so desperately to speak but doesn't have the words. She wants so desperately to come back to herself but can't, as if something is still holding her back.
okay,
But
and
you
that
but you've
brings me
stopped
to
her
the
violence.
that brings me to the second thing. I use 2 sorcery points
Mhm.
to create quicken spell, my meta magic.
Okay.
Is it quicken spell? Wait a minute. Let me double check. Make
It's
sure that's the one I'm
it's
looking at.
that is correct. That's quicken spell. It
Yes,
makes it
and I'm
makes it
going
a
to
bonus
change.
action.
My spell is read. Where is it? Detect thoughts,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast detect thoughts on her. Now, detect thoughts initially gives me surface thoughts, but allows me to probe deeper
Okay.
if she
So
if she fails the wisdom save.
because that's a concentration spell.
Yes.
I admire your chutzpah, but you can't run 2 concentration spells at the same time. So
Calm
you've stopped her
emotions
from.
and hold and detect thoughts are 2 concentrations.
I apologize. I love where your head's at.
Well,
Does the former DN have to bring up the language?
Sorry.
yeah, that was I meant to do that quietly. Uh,
He said the quiet part out loud.
Yep.
yeah. Um, well then instead of that, because I can use telepathic speech as a bonus action,
Yes, you can,
and
and
that doesn't.
that's not a spell. That is an ability, so you can run it
Yes.
simultaneously.
So I use the telepathic speech now,
Okay.
um, and I call out to her, knowing her name now, in a
Okay.
very gentle voice,
Mm.
letting her know that Red is here for her to help her.
When you speak telepathically to Lyra, all that you receive in turn is confused and belligerent chaos from an unsettled and foreign mind. Lyra might be home, but the lights are not on behind those eyes. She does not understand your words, or, you gather, any words. To be completely incapable of speech or cognition, something drastic must have happened to her, or been done to her. While you're holding this calm emotions concentration, on anyone else's turn, you're allowed to run a roll a investigation arcana. Um, if you would like to learn a little bit more. But for now, we're still in initiative, so it's Red's turn. If that's your turn, Dennis. Thank you. Wonderful
Yeah,
turn.
that's my turn, and yeah, since my
If you want to
first
move,
turn.
you're absolutely
No,
right.
I think I'm going to stay right where I'm at. Thank you.
What, you don't want the long fingernailed Spider Woman to come closer?
I'm pretty good right there near the door.
Remember, we don't see the door. There is presently a wall behind us. Riker can still see the door because he's not inside the building.
The door is still there.
No, you said
Did I
the
imply
wall
the door wasn't?
disappeared and there was a wall there. It's where a door used to
Oh,
be.
I don't know how I managed to convey that. That's completely inaccurate. I apologize. No, the door is still behind you. I'm so sorry.
He's
You
saying
can,
that the message
yeah,
is like right here,
yeah,
right?
the
Is that
wall,
what you're
yeah,
saying?
Right.
precisely. I'm so sorry, Roran, for
We
making
thought
you
you,
think
we
that
thought an
for a
illusion
week.
will. We thought
Yeah,
an
we thought an
illusion
illusion
wall.
had come up.
No, I'm so sorry. How the heck did I manage to do that? No, the writing is on the wall, like to the side of the door. I apologize again. Red, what would you like to do? She is calmed, but she seems distressed in a way she can't communicate. And you can assume Lytle told you about not being able to get words from her mind.
Oh, yeah. I would have done that.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is gonna be stupid.
You're allowed to do an Arcana check as well.
So
And I would let you roll this with probably advantage because it's
I-
related to you.
So I'm gonna slowly,
Right.
slowly.
Gotcha.
If you're doing that, I will. Lido, as he's doing that, Lido will warn him that any idea of an attack will break this spell.
Yeah.
Good communication.
Yeah. So I am. Yeah. I guess I'm slowly gonna approach, not getting out of her eyesight, not trying to come from the side, straight on. Then I'm gonna stop about 10 feet away, and I will go ahead and make the Arcana check. Which
Okay.
is, do I get advantage on this?
I will allow you to have advantage because you know this person.
Thank goodness, because the first one was a 4.
Oof. Bro.
Second one is a 14.
Okay. I'm afraid you don't quite meet the DC for this. It's not technically something what's wrong with her isn't something you would understand, but I was giving you advantage based on her.
Yeah.
Being so.
Yeah.
You're welcome to I will allow you to not make wasted action to do that. So if you want to do stuff, you still have an action and your full economy.
Yeah. I am going to
I've always found that checks during combat wasting an action would to be just utter malarkey. You can
it's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that last step forward.
Okay.
I am going to. How far up the stairs is she? Is she
He's
far
on
enough
the
down to where
second
I
or
would
third
need
step? Yeah.
to? Are we eye level, or would I need to lean down to her?
She's kind of sat back on her haunches, like she's crouched. One hand is braced on the floor, and the other hand is just smashing her own head as if trying to rearrange her brains in a way that'll let her speak, and she's not succeeding. But she is on the second or third step. She's within reach.
So I will say, kind of loud enough for. I mean, we're not in a tight, we're not in a massive room where no one would be able to hear me talk. And
Sure.
I'm gonna slowly reach my hand out and touch the shoulder of the arm that's down to the ground.
Okay.
So I'll leave her the hand that's kind of on her head.
Sure.
Lyra, listen to me. It's red. Are you in there?
She looks up at you with a desperation that is pained beyond words. She recognizes you now that calm emotions has been brought into play, but you sense that is tenuous at best. She's in there, but something has been done to her.
Lyra, there's only so many times that I can save you. This will make 3. The first time was a painting. The second time was you were being possessed by an echo. Did you manage to get yourself possessed again? Are we playing this game one more time?
Roll a religion check.
That's a 23.
She is not possessed. You know the signs of that. eyes floating off the floor, pentagrams, not happening at this moment.
Okay.
So you can ascertain it is not an outside force creating this distress in her.
Got it. I will, in that case, I am going to, as I'm still holding on to her shoulder, I am going to cast
An
Remove Curse.
outside force actively creating this distress in her.
Yeah.
Let me be precise in my language. Remove curse. Wonderful. Explain how this spell looks,
Okay.
because your
So
friends have seen you cast it a few
yeah.
times now.
So as I hold onto her shoulder, um, I will actually reach into my kind of tunic,
Robes.
yeah,
Yeah.
robes. Pull out my holy symbol. I will mutter just a kind of a prayer on my breath. At this point, only low enough to where she would be able to hear it, if she was willing to hear it.
Mhm.
My arms, kind of starting, kind of from the holy symbol itself. It'll just kind of reach through the chest, really swirl up around the arm, kind of bake into it, and then uh, as I cast it, it just kind of like the gold layers kind of come from it and then flow into her.
So you see this light swirl up your arm, and you sense the power of your deity suffuse your magic. The light transitions into her skin and sinks in, but the effect of the spell doesn't seem strong enough. It dissipates in her essence. And she looks up at you and makes this like puppy-like whine that breaks your heart in a new way. Because she could sense it. She could sense relief coming, but it just wasn't sufficient. Um, thank you very much. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Genji and Kenji, do you have anything you'd like to do? Kitty Cam.
So Genji
Mm-hmm.
is in the midst of this endeavor, thinks to himself, "Do I really want to get into a fight with a person that hold on." I say, do I really want to get into a fight with a person that I don't even know? Don't seem like my kind of fight. So
Uh,
he is.
Kenji, roll like a investigation check. Or maybe investigation or perception, your choice. Because I can
Okay.
argue it both ways.
Okay, 1 second. That'll be a perception
Okay.
for a nat 20 for a total of 30. Ooh.
Wow. So you take a look, as you just tend to do, being who you are, and your backstory around this room, and even like peek a little bit into the adjacent rooms, just a little bit from your angle.
Mm-hmm.
This entire foyer should be resplendent with, albeit dusty, uh, beautiful and expensive things. But the pedestals that, line this hall that should have held finery and pottery are empty. This foyer, and you assume many of the adjacent rooms, have been stripped of valuables.
Hmm.
That has
So,
nothing to do with our current predicament with Lira, but it's something to log away for some later stuff.
I mean, you piqued my interest and kind of read my mind a little bit,
Hmm.
actually.
I'm here to
Good.
help.
So Genji is going to bonus action hide.
Where at? Gonna duck out the door again?
Just kind of. So Red is in front with his little show, and
Little show.
Little show.
the,
A
the,
Thank
meaningful,
you.
a
the,
meaningful,
the
a meaningful interaction with a desperately hurting friend.
exactly
Yes,
here,
yes.
and we have three other people in the room. So Genji is going to essentially just kind of like take a step back into the shadows along the wall here, and we're going to hold on one step at a time here. So for wait, what are roll for hide again?
Like stealth. Yeah, sorry, I almost said sleight
Oh,
of hand.
okay. That's a 31 to hide.
Good gosh. Yeah, you're hidden.
And
What
then
do I have to roll to see that?
Perception. You have to beat a 31.
Which I
can you make a 31 perception?
Can you even
Let me
roll?
look. No, I
That's what I
couldn't.
thought.
Yeah, I didn't think
You could
so.
roll a nat. You could roll and try to nat 20.
Well, even with that, it wouldn't have worked because it's only a 26.
Jeez. Sorry, brother.
Sorry, you can't touch this.
So
It's okay
Genji.
That was only an 18 on the die.
because I
Well,
could do the same thing to him.
fair. And there will be opportunity for that. Genji, you ghost basically into a wall. You do the Kronk thing where you just like
Yeah,
go against a wall,
yes. And as
and
my
somehow it works.
and action is going to be stealthily dashing up the stairs over here on the far
Yeah.
side here.
Okay.
I'm going to stealth up the stairs
Yeah.
and around the corner,
All right.
and I will roll stealth
Uh, we
again.
can say you did that out of order. It doesn't matter. You can like run
Well,
up there and then stealth, whatever you want to do.
well, hi to obscene from everybody's view, and then stealth my way up the stairs. So whichever
Okay.
way you want to put that,
Yeah.
anyway. So
I will just allow that stealth check to ride. It's fine.
okay. So in my mind's eye, I am treasure hunting while looking for other potential threats.
Okay.
That's
I
gonna be my
like
excuse anyway.
I like where your head's at. Is that everything you wanted to do?
Yeah, since I dashed, I can't really do an investigation or anything.
Okay.
So
Thank you very much, Genji / Kenji. Rorn, it's your turn. It's your turn. Red, you're on, or
So,
Riker, you're on deck.
Roard is going to tense. I did say end of last session his sword was out because he thought it was coming. So he is going to sheathe quietly.
Carefully.
I'm going to hold action.
Okay.
The second she turns hostile to
Mm-hmm.
anyone,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to line back her, charge her, and he is going to grapple to pin her.
I like where your head's at. Y'all are just killing it.
We've had a week.
He's
to think
doing
of
this, though.
I know.
He is not reading this religiously or magically. I want to roll a survival.
You're
How
leveling
much of
up.
a wild animal is she acting? Because some wild animals, there's a very specific way of why they're ticking, why they're reacting. Is there anything? Because clearly, the other tricks from other people are not working. So
Give it a
maybe
survival. Yeah, give it a survival.
23.
Good gosh. I love that y'all are such like excellent high level. I did so good making you roll so good. Um so
Yes, so
I,
specifically, Roran is trying to. Is there anything animalistic that's in her behavior, her demeanor,
good
that could clue
question.
him into a future action or
Mhm.
reaction she might take?
So she seems to have reverted to a more wild mindset and state of being based on an absence of the higher thought of humanity. Um, it's very clear to you that she is not like cursed or has not been like bitten by a werewolf or anything of that nature. She's behaving this way because her higher thought has been, for lack of a better term,
Robbed.
robbed. Yeah. And until that is restored, she will not become the Lyra that Red knows. You know
And
what
my
animals
held
act like. This is just the absence of humanity.
and my held action is if she
Turns hostile.
turns hostile in any form, up the stairs, into another room, to Red, to anyone else, he's charging.
Understood. Is that all you wish to do? Thank you very
Yep.
much. Right, Riker, your turn. As a reminder, you can roll a Arcana check, and because it is within your wheelhouse, I would allow you to roll with advantage as well, Riker.
Yeah, I would like to stick my head in and do that to see if I can see any magical patterns.
Okay?
Rolled a 1 and an 8. So
My gosh. You could use an inspiration
I could. Let me see how bad it is for.
to roll a d20.
I'm trying to see. Let's see what my Arcana is. It's a +9. That would give us a 17.
Okay. You actually don't need your inspo then. I forgot you had such high Arcana. Um, so
That's what I
you,
was checking.
yeah, you squint at Lyra, and perhaps even you move just a touch closer. You move into the door because you feel pretty safe. You've got all your friends in front of you.
No,
Air,
not
air
going
quotes.
inside. I will step up to the door frame and stick
Yeah,
my
yeah,
head
yeah.
around, but I am not going inside.
That's fine. That's fine. But you get a look at her. Uh,
Yes.
so you squint and assess her from a distance. You're seeing how she's behaving with Red. You're seeing how she just keeps hitting her own forehead like she's trying to shake something loose so that it'll fall out of her mouth and she'll be able to speak. And
He would have probably heard Lytle cast calm emotions and probably would have known what it was. I would
oh
assume.
yeah, he 100% would have
Yeah.
heard that and heard the verbal component of that and known what that spell was. That's why he's comfortable enough to walk up to the door without going in. With your arcana, uh you ascertain a more obscure, higher level spell that you've not had the chance to learn or practice yet. Lyra has been feeble minded, and it can be cured with high level
I,
restoration magic, specifically greater
ah,
restoration.
okay. Yeah, I'll yell in there. So I'll be like, I'll yell in and say, she's had her mind wiped with a spell. We need some. I think it's not remove curse. I think it's one of your restoration spells, higher level ones. Red. I think that's in your wheelhouse.
It is her turn, but she's not got the capacity to break calm emotions, even if she wanted to. So she's just gonna sit there and kind of like both loathe because of the animal side of her and desperately long for Red's hand on her shoulder. And it is Liddell's turn again. As a reminder, this is a concentration spell.
So Lytle is just going to maintain concentration, and I will
Okay.
hold my action.
Okay.
If and here's how I will hold my action.
Yes.
if um if somehow something happens to break the concentration,
Yeah.
um I will immediately uh try to read detect thoughts. I will try that just to see if I can get in there. Um and
As a clarification, because I may not do the best job as a baby DM, the lack of ability to conjure thoughts for you to read is not due to calm emotions. That was the way it was before you cast the calm emotions spell.
But I can go deeper into the subconscious with this.
You can, but you sense if there's not a lot of movement on the surface of the water, there's probably not going to be a lot going on beneath.
All right. Well, then,
And Liddell heard Riker say that her mind was wiped.
oh, that's
Yes.
true. Yeah. So,
And that
so
too, yeah.
I will just hold action, and if anything happens, he'll just step back outside to get
Okay.
out of the way. That way, he's not in the way if anything has to happen.
Okay. Thank you very much, Liddell. I appreciate it. Red, it is your turn again.
You're muted, buddy.
Yeah, sorry.
Ah,
If you're talking, you're muted.
There he is.
I remembered to mute this time. You're welcome.
Hey.
So after hearing Riker like stick his head in and getting his read on the situation, one, I'm gonna kind of note to myself, kind of tuck it in the back pocket, that he knows a little bit about magic, and that has piqued my interest a bit.
Learn more about your compatriots all of the day.
Yeah. So still with my hand on her shoulder, not really, not pushing, not pulling, just almost in a,
Resting.
yeah, kind of in a resting, kind of deep thumb massage motion. Lyra, I do not know what you have gotten yourself mixed up in this time. But, woman, I will save you 1,000 times. And I will grab.
Aww.
I will grab the necklace of the prayer beads, and at 5th level, I will cast Greater Restoration on her.
Nice. So the magic swells within you, and it crests like a wave behind you, as if you were a surfer, feeling this wave climb bigger and bigger. Bigger than the spell warrants. You've cast spells of this level before, and none felt quite this strong. It's as if Kellamvor's pushing more magic through your working than usual. You get the impression that while Greater Restoration would usually target only one aspect of Feeble Mind's degeneration, because the spell targets both intellect and charisma, Kellamvor is inspiring it to address both deficiencies. I don't want you to have to cash it twice. So,
Lucky for you, I can't.
exactly. We're going to move this along just a little bit. None of the
Yay,
rest of you
Kellamvor.
None of the rest of you see this, but as Red is casting this magic on Lira and having this moment with Kellamvor empowering the spell, Rorn, as the
Yes.
magic does its work on Lira, you feel a painful jerk in your chest, next to your sternum, as if something sharp is shivering under your skin. As the spell peaks in its intensity, so does this pain. And you reach out to grasp something nearby to keep yourself upright. It's so strong. Roll me a religion check, Rorn.
Tell me he doesn't grasp the vital.
Okay, so make that 2 nat 20s, so
Wow.
26.
Whatever this is, it is reacting to Red's spell. Reacting to this strong, divine magic. As the spell ends, so does this pain, leaving your sword
Yeesh.
hand white-knuckled and tingling from the fist you were making. Do you perhaps reach into your armor and feel around where it was hurting?
He will subconsciously, like, his face didn't move.
Of course.
He
He's
kind
a
of
soldier.
reached, like, now you said it was on near his sternum.
Yep.
Left or right side? So I'm guessing
left
left side?
Heart
Over
side.
by the heart?
Yes.
Hey, Rorn. I gave you tingles, buddy.
No, Kellenvor gave me.
But he used
So,
red.
Lord, I'm deceased. Oh my word. Um,
You're dead?
yeah,
Innuendo.
yes.
Yep.
Bingo it.
No, because that said it says unintentional in the window. That was definitely
Yeah.
intentional.
That was very intentional.
Rules lawyer.
So that is fair.
That's
That's
right.
fair. Right.
Yes!
Oh,
Oh my
see,
gosh.
that one was on the bingo.
It's self-fulfilling prophecy at this point.
So, what does Rorn feel as
You
he?
f-
Tingles.
shush. No, it's not
Does he
tingles.
think this is stress?
Tingles is pleasant. This feels like someone's got a steak knife lodged in his chest and is twisting it.
Wait,
Um,
that's a him problem.
yeah, I know. You feel your chest. You feel your chest. You feel the muscles there. You feel your breastbone under the thin skin, and just alongside your breastbone, something even harder than bone and colder than your own body temperature. You run headfirst into that gaping hole in your memories where your death and the circumstances leading up to it are obfuscated from you. And just as you do, a beam of sunshine slides from behind a cloud outside the manor, shining with unusual brightness through the dingy window pane to radiate over your face. You get the strong impression that Lathander is trying to comfort you in your imposed ignorance, assuring you that your time to know will come, but not yet. Red, as the spell ends, Lyra looks up at you and blinks, as if she's coming out of a deep stupor, a trance, a vacation from her own mind and body.
So I need to ask why you're doing this. Would Lytle notice this? Because he's concentrating on calm emotions right now.
Roll a perception.
Okay.
Keep her calm, because I'm about to smack the.
Well, I hate to tell you this. He's got a 22 for perception.
You
I think he
see,
noticed.
you see Rorn kind of grimace just a little bit, and you see him kind of round in over the pain in his chest. You might even see his sword hand go white-knuckled as he tries to keep a grip. But that's all.
No, I think he was. That was not what his perception. He was perceptioning is Lyra's faculties back as he's maintaining concentration
Oh my
on
gosh.
emotions.
My
But it's
apo-
okay. I
my-
appreciate that. That probably would have
apologize.
come with my passive perception.
I imagine so. I apologize. I misunderstood the intention. Yeah,
It's okay.
Lyra's eyes clear, and you get the sense the spell is no longer required.
And then he will drop. He will drop calm emotions.
Okay.
Ready to put it on red.
Attaboy.
Um, Lyra's face looks up at you, Red, and she goes stark white. Red? She croaks. Her voice sounds completely unused. But you're dead.
Here and alive, and you did something stupid. What did you do?
So,
Tell me this is his daughter or wife.
no. This is a professional comrade of sorts. We're about to enter a little bit of a monologue. I would respectfully ask y'all not to interrupt. The words "you're dead" echo and reverberate round and round in your mind, Red, as your vision goes dark. You feel your body slumping to the ground amidst your party's, hold up, wait, whoa! Even as your consciousness seems to be summoned away. When your vision clears, you are standing in a glass-windowed room at the top of a tower. You recognize it from the description in sacred texts. This is the Crystal Tower, where Kelemvor administers his domain. A huge dark-wooded desk dominates the space, and a set of ornate silver scales and stacks of parchment are strewn about its surface. Sitting in the chair behind it is the Grey Judge himself, fingers steepled as though waiting for you. I had a feeling it would be my acolyte, the one most familiar with death out of your party, who would be the first. He rises and moves to stand next to you, looking out over a muted gray city set in orderly blocks. No, not just any city. This is the city of judgment, paradise promised to the faithful of Kelemvor. A twinge of sadness runs through you as you think, this is where I should have gone. Why did I end up in the wall with the unfaithful? What did I do? It is time for you to know how you died. Are you ready?
I am.
The empty place in your mind, in your memories, throbs in response. Kelemvor smiles, and it looks a little sad. He reaches out and touches your forehead. You had just finished laying a soul to rest in the graveyard outside of Beldrin when they came for you. By order of the Empress, all divine casters are to be detained for rehabilitation. Bogus charges. You knew it. They knew it. But still they approached you with shackles. You fought them tooth and nail. But there were simply too many. A boot cracks you in the head as you struggle on the ground, and all goes black. In the next vision, you're in a windowless cell, Red, chained to the wall by your ankle. The name of the place swims up in your mind. The Iron Abattoir. 2 thin hay cots and a bucket are the only objects within this cell. A crying and terrified cellmate shakes in your gaunt arms. Farragon, you remember his name, one of your friends in this place. Younger, weaker. You've tried to protect him as best you could. He's cowering away from the door where some nameless, faceless guard stands. Don't take him, you hear your own voice say. Take me instead. The scene changes again, and you see a windowless stone room. There's 2 other men in chairs next to you. No, strapped to chairs next to you, same as you. You recognize them, they're fellow prisoners here. There's blood running down their chests from wounds in their necks. There's a malevolent presence standing before you. A tall, skeletal figure in blood-red robes, nothing but pinpricks of cruelty in his sockets as he regards you. You feel ice-cold hands wrap around your head from behind and yank it to the side. Something bites your neck with twin stabs of agony, and you feel your life start to drain with your blood into the thing's mouth. One of the creature's hands vanishes from your head and returns with a cut in the palm, smothering your mouth with it as the fangs withdraw. Blood in your mouth, fetid and rotten. Blood running hot down your neck and chest. Your vision is blackening around the edges as your heart traitorously pumps life out of you, even as the taste of a dark curse permeates your body. The red-robed lich grasps your jaw roughly with sharp fingers, studying you as the vampire's blood seeps through your veins. The blood must be captured before they are turned, at the moment the curse takes a hold, he rasps. Drain them, Octavian. With pleasure, Zarathul, replies the voice behind you gleefully. A blade. A bucket. Your vision goes dark, to the haunting sound of your own final heartbeats. Kalimvor's hand withdraws from your head, Red, and with it goes a good portion of your stability. How do you respond in this moment?
I think I would almost, as he's removing his hand, like almost waking in a panic. And followed by a lot of very not nice swear words that a cleric should not use. What
What are you
did
swearing at?
what did you do to me? How what was that? How am I? What happened?
That, my acolyte, was how you perished from your first life.
Then
I
why?
simply revealed the memory because you were ready.
Then why am I alive again? Why am I not in this city where I belong? Did I not do enough for you when I was alive?
You and the other proxies were given an innate connection to your respective gods, because by no other way could we have had influence.
So, at this point, screw my eternity so I can play your game as your pawn?
You were neither fully mortal nor fully undead when you perished. But the fact that you took the place of another innocent means that I could not, despite your curse, ascribe you to the wall forever.
And this is the curse that you have me remove every day.
Not remove.
No. Keep in check.
If you fail 3 times, 3 consecutive days to cast Remove Curse on yourself, you will become a vampire, in the thrall of the one who created you, and you will lose all access to me. All power. I am a god who abhors of undead. I am the god of the orderly transition to death.
And yet you can't just snap your finger and make this go away.
He smiles at you. You know that's not how these things go.
I thought I knew how these things go.
Do you really count being raised to life a second time, given a chance to gain your redemption and your own curse, as such a burden?
Considering everything that I did to you did for you before I died, I didn't think I would need to go at it a second time.
The curse that was imparted to you, if it had been left to come to fruition, would have separated you from me, whether I had any say in it or not. He walks over to the desk and he puts his hand on the scales. And he kind of tips them back and forth. I must be a just God. And the best way I could come about justice for you was giving you a chance to end your curse and find redemption.
How do I end this permanently?
How do you think you end it? You kill the one that made you.
Then they all die. They all burn.
I believe in you.
Well,
I wouldn't have selected you for this if I didn't think you capable.
luckily that
But you have
makes
to-
one of us.
You have to understand, there's a lot more at play than just you and the curse burning in your body.
Yeah, it's this. Let me guess. Do good things in life, come back to life. Now you have me with this group of misfits. What am I supposed to do with them?
You're already doing it. You have more power in ways that can't be counted by number than you give yourself credit for. You are not the only acolyte to fall and be placed on my wall. I could have bent the rules enough, I think, around any of them. I chose you. I argued that you were my gray area. In Ao's court, myself. I had to ask permission to raise you from my god.
Well, just remember, you called me the gray area. So, occasionally, and I get it. Keep the scales balanced, because that's what you do. But occasionally, I'm going to need that thumb to nudge.
You saw what I did for you just
I
now
did.
with Lira.
Yes. I knew that was you. I immediately knew that was you. I'm good.
You felt
Actually, I'm great. But that was amazing.
He looks at you with a sort of, like when a little kid talks about how, like, yeah, I can do it. I'm a big boy. He looks at you like,
Who's a big
yes,
boy in
you
his
are.
tractor? I'm a big boy
That's
in my
right.
tractor.
I love that. I've seen that video. Oh my gosh. So funny. He looks at you and says, that's my exorcist.
I suppose you'll be
You
sending
were-
me back now.
In a moment.
Fine. You were always long-winded. Continue.
Things cannot be rushed.
Apparently not.
You were captured and imprisoned in the Iron Abattoir during the denunciation. This was the second phase of Moira's evil plan. She used the first net stone to block all prayers and to make the followers of the gods believe they had been abandoned. They tore down our temples with their own hands and cheered when she outlawed deity worship. The final phase was to imprison every cleric and paladin she could get her hands on in the Iron Abattoir, using another net stone to track divine magic of a certain strength. That is how you were captured. To penetrate the net's strange and terrible power would require the gods to set foot on the material plane, something every god, be they good, neutral, or evil, has sworn an oath never to do, upon penalty of having our domains stripped from us by Ao. This is why you were called, and why each of you and your party were given such innate connections to us. By no other way could we have access to the continent you live on again. This is also why we cannot answer your every call and question.
Again, I totally nailed it. Super long-winded, so thanks for that. But listen, let's back up a minute. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about these stones. So far, you've brought up 2 of them.
There are 3.
There are 3. See? Now we're actually getting to the information your exorcist needs. You said this.
He looks
He
absolutely
should.
amused,
Yeah.
and he sits behind the desk and just looks amused as you boss him around or try.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So, you said that the second one could detect divine magic.
Of a certain strength.
So, let's talk about what you just did in that room, which, by the way, super grateful. Love Lyra. Kinda big.
The words you're looking for are, thank you.
Fair enough. Thank you. And I'll kind of I'll curtsy.
Mockingly bow, yes.
100%.
You're sitting in the seat of your god's power and you're mocking him. It's a good thing he's a god, or he would care a lot more.
Yeah. I have no qualms that he could just thump me out of existence.
Okay, long as you understand.
Yes, but he is going to. By God, he's gonna know how I feel too.
That's entirely fair. The first stone that was put into place on the peak of the nearest, I forget what the name of the mountain is. I think it's Mythgold. That was it. On the peak of Mythgold, which is, as you know,
Another
a
M.
mountain near. You're welcome. It's a peak. It's the tallest peak in the area that you're currently in. That stone blocked prayers.
I'm guessing that one's super important to you guys, huh?
Even in the context of that, there are still yet more important things at play. Would it be nice to be able to have influence on our followers again? Yes. But there are things I will tell you at another time that are more important still.
Wait, so we have to have another one of these conversations at some point?
Would you like to go back to the wall? It sounds like you want to go back to the wall. Would you like a timeout?
Have you met the people that I'm with? It's tempting.
Just because they're annoying doesn't mean you need to be a brat.
Fair enough. I'm sorry.
Another 2 words I like.
I know. We've met.
The second net stone tracked divine magic of a certain strength, and that is how they found you. And every other cleric and paladin. Before it could be understood how the stone was working, they had all been captured and imprisoned. And that is why we have not made any new clerics or paladins, if you can call what we do on our end making, since. Because all they'll do is be captured and imprisoned and feed whatever it is that Moira is doing there.
So, yet again, if they sensed me with the second stone based off of what I could do before, what you just did in this house was a lot bigger. How soon before they are knocking down these doors?
Bahamut has that covered. Suffice it to say,
I've always liked that dragon.
there's a reason I put you in a party, not solo, as you're so used to being.
Yes, well,
Stay close to your party, and it will not be a problem.
fair enough. One more question. Why are there so many dead people walking around Belgium? You
The
had to have
decimation.
sensed how angry I was.
You were not as angry as I was, my exorcist.
That's fair. Maybe a
You were
smidge.
angry. I was incensed. It's an affront to everything that I hold dear. Affront to everything to do with the balance of life and death. There is no gray area for what Moira has done through the decimation.
That's right. There's only one gray area. And you're looking at him.
I might need to get you a bigger jar next time. I think the other one was so small it squeezed your brains.
I assumed you meant one larger for my huge intellect.
Or your mighty ass.
Seems fair. Now then, before the group thinks that I'm dead, what are they? I don't know what they're going to try to do to me. Might want to kick me back. I'm fairly positive we've now scared
he looks
Lyra.
up at he looks up at the ceiling and he's like, they're drawing a phallus on your forehead as we speak. You'd better go.
Sounds about right.
You fade away from this realm like fog fades from a window. The vision of Kalimvor before you in this office ends. And you feel your consciousness return to your body. You're aware of the soft surface you are lying on. And there's a wet cloth bathing your forehead. The smell of tea steeping. The murmur of your party chatting. No pain. No fear. No violence. You open your eyes to Lira, and she withdraws the wet cloth she was using to wash your face. And relief replaces worry in her expression. There you are, she croaks slowly, as though she is using a voice that had long laid dormant. Glad you're back. Her big brown eyes tear up.
I'm not gonna open my eyes yet, but just with my eyes closed, I'm gonna tell her, this does not make us even. You didn't save me.
I thought I'd never see you again.
That makes two of us. Yep. Here we are.
I watched them take you. I couldn't do anything but watch.
That's funny. I watched him do the same thing.
She pulls you into a very tight embrace, and you feel your shoulder get a little bit damp from her tears. You saved me 3 times. How do you always know how to save me?
Call it my own curse, I suppose.
I'm going to set the scene really quick, and then y'all are invited to talk again. You've been very good. Thank you. I appreciate you all. You are in the decrepit parlor of this space. I did not create a map. Sorry. There's dusty furniture, some of it covered in sheets, and a few pieces, the ones you are arranged on and the one Red is lying on, dusty and uncovered. The same spatter of mold, peeling wallpaper, and general disrepair permeates even this space. As you would suspect, it permeates the entirety of the house. But the fire has been created in the fireplace, and somehow some tea has been conjured, and a teapot has been roughly polished by a shirt's edge. It's dirty but cozy, and you're waiting for Red to come back, and as he does, and Lira and he have this tender moment, what would you all like to do?
Lytle's going to walk around, and everywhere he goes, he's going to cast prestidigitation to clean it.
Prestidigitation. Yeah. I have a hard time with that word.
Yeah, and it's going to start cleaning things up, and he's just waiting to see what's going to happen. So he's just kind of doing some nervous stuff, looking around.
I'd like to add a rule to all, like, this campaign and all future campaigns. The spell is no longer called Prestidigitation. It is now called Mary Poppins. You're welcome.
Yes. Mary Poppins meet Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyone opposed?
He's
Can
going
we
to
say
start Mary
Merlin?
Poppins everything.
All in favor, say aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes. Aye.
The ayes have it.
That's all D&D is parliamentary procedure.
100%.
Well, he's gonna.
What makes you think
clean
of
up
Mary
the parlor.
Poppins?
I don't know. Well, honestly, just the word prestidigitation
I was going to say,
sounds like something
personally, Rachel and I think of the Sword in the Stone, the animated movie with Merlin's song.
from. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, Mary Poppins.
What else? What would anyone else like to do? You all were very patient with me. And Brandon.
I really wanted Red to wake up with Riker about to put shocking grasp over him to put his heart. That's why I was going with it. But
That would
right,
have been good.
I'm I guess Riker's doing kind of the same thing Genji and Kenji's doing. I'm just looking around, seeing if there's anything valuable. Although when I think of valuable, I think of like arcane. So
I'm just gonna
I don't
say,
know
if
if
you
there's a
guys
library
rob
here.
Lyra, I will murder you. Just throwing that out there.
I'm just
I'll be back.
I'm not looking to rob her. I'm
You
just
have
looking to
to-
see.
You have to
I'm just-
prove that I stole if I steal.
Hey, I'm a good thief. I'm cleaning it up.
Yeah, I'm not trying to steal anything. I'm trying to look to see if she, like, I don't know if there's a library in this house or what. I'm just trying to see what I can learn from this.
So most of the book, actually, roll an investigation or perception, whichever you prefer.
Definitely investigation.
Mhm.
All right, I rolled a 17. My investigation is pretty high.
That's pretty good, though.
Investigate. That's 9, so that's 26.
And what are you looking for specifically?
Specifically, I'm looking for books that might have spells in them, or just arcane knowledge, or
Yeah.
history. Like I would love like to know what the crap has gone on the last 17 years or whatever. Just I'm looking
So, and
for books.
you find not a lot of near history books, not a lot detailing what happened during uh, Moira's march across the continent or the decimation or the denunciation, but plenty of history from before. If you have questions more about that, I will come up with answers for you. You do find one book with a third level spell in it that you do not yet know, and you are welcome to ask Miss Lyra if you would like, if you can borrow said book to copy it.
Absolutely. When you know when it's not middle of a tender moment, but yeah,
Mhm.
I would ask if I could transcribe the spell since I know that one.
Okay. Genji or Kenji, what would you like to do? You're muted,
You
brother.
were, you were, yeah, right.
Just like Riker said, we're investigating for hidden treasures.
So this house has been pretty well stripped. Um, I will find.
Or
I will come.
anything. I'll say anything unusual that can, if it's not like obviously shiny, valuable, maybe something unusual value. That
We
would
will
fit the
talk.
background anyway. But
Sure. We
talk
will.
off camera.
Yeah. Let me come up with some stuff for you. I have got to just get a rolling table of stuff you can just find. I apologize. I
I
forget
mean, there's always
how
the
good at.
chance that find nothing, but
Well, sure, but I still need a table for when you do. I swear, I'm gonna eventually grok to the fact that you're a really accomplished thief, at least on paper. And I need to get better about that. So I will I will I will find some stuff. Um, we'll say
It's
you find
interesting.
something though. Hmm.
It's interesting that you got two high stealth people, and both
Yeah,
of them have completely different.
just wildly different.
values.
Yeah, no, not values. Skills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that because I was concerned during character creation that having two rogues was going to be difficult, but you guys went in such wildly different directions. It's not even an issue. So
Yeah,
good on
it's
you.
kind of fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
If
I've
we
got
ever if we ever decide to talk more in depth about this, maybe we can like cohort some sort of plan. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that
we'll both
yeah.
hide from the group and talk.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right.
You have your secret treehouse somewhere for sure.
Ooh,
I can
big
see
dragon poster at the front door.
it.
Um, Lyra
We all
kind of
know it's a pillow
disengaged.
fort.
Yes.
Whatever
Roran,
works.
Roran, do you have anything you would like to do now that this tender moment between Red and Lyra is past?
Yes, actually, Roar will kind of mosey up and kind of kneel down towards the two. He is still a
I dropped somehow.
wow.
Don't know how. I
Well,
didn't touch
look at
anything.
Red. And later, I have a question for you. Then, Lady Mornfay.
Mournhold.
Mournhold.
Someone mispronounce it as character. Like that'd be funny.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
hysterical at 100%. Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna make a note. It's Mournhold. He said Mournfay.
That would
Lady
also be
Mournfay.
cool. Yes. It's
When we
Mournhold.
when we came in, there was trails of food and signs of someone clearly providing provisions. Do you happen to remember who said individual is or was?
She kind of glasses over a little bit and shakes herself out of it and says, I have no distinct memories from my time being feeble-minded. But you said it's been close to 15 years? I assume y'all talked a little bit while Red was unconscious.
It appears
I-
to be.
Yeah. Did she know who did it to her? Who did it to her?
I have much to tell you all. Nearly 2 decades ago. Close to more like 16, 17 years ago. I was contracted to examine and consult on a cursed artifact from the country of Drash. It was a massive crystal, substance unknown. We called it the Stone of Silence, as it had an uncanny muffling effect around it. They wanted my help in determining if it could be amplified without disrupting the energy coming off it. I'm sure Red has told you I am an occult scholar, and it seemed in my wheelhouse. She buries her face in her hands. It was more money than I had ever seen. And the young man that they sent to recruit me to the task was so winsome. It didn't hurt that he had the wings of an angel. So right about now, Lytle and Roar are paying attention. Lytle, you perked up when you heard Drash. That's an island country with a king and queen off the south coast of this continent, one with which you are familiar. And Rorn, the moment a handsome and charismatic young man with angel wings was mentioned, you got a sinking feeling you knew exactly who that man was. I was so utterly naive. I was so blind. After a year of research, I helped them tune the stone. And within months of completion, there was a new red light in the sky, atop Mythgold's peak. I recognized that red light, and I knew something terrible was coming. News had barely started to spread of worshippers being unable to connect with their deities, of prayers returning empty, and I made the connection. The crystal that I helped research and amplify was responsible. Red, you showed up in town the next day and were doing your work, and then she reaches out to grip you, Red, by the hand, as much to steel herself as to comfort you. You fought like a hellcat, she says, and her teary eyes bore into yours as if trying desperately to make you understand. But there were simply too many. They took you away.
They did a lot more than that.
You'll have to tell me.
What can you tell us about the stone that you helped them with? What can you tell us about the other 2 stones?
The stone's power extends to every nook and cranny of this land. From what I have been able to infer and deduce, she kind of leaps to her feet and dodges the various sheet-draped furnitures on her way into the corner of the room, and there's a large chalkboard over there. And she squeakily kind of drags it across the floor closer to the group of you and within the fire's light. One stone stymies the prayers of any religious practitioners, presumably to make the populace compliant and hopeless, and to make them think the gods really have abandoned them. But there are 3 stones. 3. She's she's just big chalk streaks all over the board. 3 red lights in the night sky on the 3 tallest peaks on the continent. The second stone made tracking the use of divine magic possible. And the third stone makes raising and commanding the dead possible from anywhere on the continent. It's common knowledge that the Empress, she spits the honorific, has hidden crypts all over the land and uses their presence to ensure compliance. The threat of an undead army taking down your city, your village, your town tends to make people a little more bendable to the will of the Empress. But it's impossible to know which stone is which. I had no hand in the other 2. Her hand is shaking slightly by the time she finishes, and she turns back to the group with her shoulders kind of slumped. She looks like a woman who's been unburdened after carrying the weight of this guilt and shame for decades. From what you know of Feeble Mind, Lira was still beholden to the emotions of this unintentional betrayal, but unable to process them due to the way the spell affected her intelligence and wisdom, or charisma. So she was mute and possibly pained, and had no way of healing or changing or processing her trauma for the span of years. And all of that is held in the walls of this house like a ghost. So now the question becomes, how do we destroy the netstones? I think I have an idea. As she whips across the room towards a bookcase, I'll pause here and let you ask any questions so I can clarify for you.
The angelic, pretty boy. Did you ever see him again? Did he ever give a name?
He recruited me to the task and visited me to drop off payments a couple of times. His name was. It started with an A.
Alistair.
Yes. Do you know him?
Yes.
Are you?
Unfortunately.
She takes in you in like your incredibly not
Rowan?
Alistair Nez. Yeah.
In this moment, reveals his angel wings. But what you all see are not white, plumy, or even golden full wings. What you see looks like a sick, diseased crow's feathers. They are not beautiful. They are not skeletal. They look sick, somewhat molted.
This is our first time seeing wings, correct?
Yes.
He keeps them hidden.
Lytle will look and he doesn't have a look of disgust. He doesn't have a. It's almost like a non-readable look on his face when he looks at him, other than maybe curiosity. And not morbid curiosity, just curiosity. When he looks over at him and says, "My friend, what happened to your wing?"
Riker's gonna say. So Riker's got. He's more analytical right now. In fact, I'd love to roll a investigation. to see what I can see, but he's just gonna be like, those don't look good.
Typical 19-year-old with no class. Just what happened?
He will. Ward will not address either of them. Retracts his wings and just look Lyra dead in the eye with the saddest pained expression in the eyes, nothing in the face, and he just nods. She knows.
Lyra puts the chalk to her mouth as almost like an unconscious gesture, tucks her opposite hand under the opposite elbow, and kind of like sallies closer to you in like a very intellectually curious way. Divinity broken. You betrayed. You betrayed something you held dear. How do you know Alistair? He's the one who feeble-minded me. I remember him coming to my door in the night. That's why you found me in my nightgown. I've not changed clothes in years. And he said something to me, and I could feel my mind going, and I knew he had cursed me, and I cut my hand, and I wrote on that wall. The only thing I could think of that would anchor me. Don't forget my shame.
White hand. Both just grips. I actually am going to, given what she's revealed, DM, I would like to roll a Constitution saving throw to remain in control.
All right. Do you think you would roll with any advantage or disadvantage in this moment?
That is a you call, considering what I'm suppressing.
You've already kind of let the leash out a little bit with the wings coming out. I've always viewed that as like a step towards uncontrol for you. I'd say you roll disadvantage.
Disadvantage, I would say so too, yeah. So, no, you set the DC, but it's going to be a 21.
Disadvantage?
I had a 12 and a 13.
Whew.
My con save is a 9.
Oh, okay.
You manage to keep a spider silk thin hold on yourself.
Would Lytle notice any change?
Oh, he's not doing a good job at hiding it.
No. His face is, again, the same, but like every other part of his body is betraying. He will, trembling, whisper, "He is my brother."
Lira kind of, the chalk transitions from like touching a lip to dropping from her hand and her mouth being covered in like chalk. And she kind of takes a couple of steps back because she senses you are dangerously close to breaking. I spoke of shame. You know shame.
He will then. So how? Speak now of how we can find these. That at the very least I might start reprimanding his actions against you. Clear the debt I now find myself compelled to bear.
I'm gonna lean up on the bed as he finishes his monologue and just
It's
looking.
it's like a chase lounge. There's a spring in your back. Continue.
I love it. So yeah, I'll look him in the eye and say, I hope you're okay that I'm going to kill your brother.
He'll actually turn, look at you, and there is a fire in the back of his eye that actually makes you, if you weren't in the bed, you would have put back. Not unless I get to him first.
And I won't address him by name. I'll call him you winged boy.
Oh my gosh, that's not doing any favors for his self-control, is it?
No. Yeah, he basically,
Hey,
not
now
unless
we
I
got Mud
find
Boy
him.
and Wing Boy.
That's right.
Mud boy and wing
Mud boy and wing boy.
Joffrey, I love y'all's disrespect for each other. It's very clear you've just been shoved together. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we had Wing Boy, Mud Boy, Kellenvor Spawn. Let's see, what other?
I think that's about all we've got. We're still coming up with one for Lytle and Riker.
Look,
Yeah.
we're fine. We're not hurting anybody
Oh, please. Um,
yet.
Yeah, we're the
Joffrey,
normal ones.
How-
Lydell and Water are the normal ones.
Joffrey, how much of your backstory are you comfortable talking about on camera here and now instead of in the other chat?
Roran is not going to say anything more than what he has already said. It is too soon for him to say anything other than the necessary. His brother, feeble-minded, Lira. And that breaks his heart. And he feels like he has to own that.
So Roran is taking the shame that his brother imparted as if it's his own.
Yes.
Okay, remember that. So
There's a part of the back of his mind that says, you have to redeem yourself. Considering he is responsible to an extent for Alistair even being where he was in the first place.
So yes. Lathander is going to have a talk with you eventually. So
I'm surprised Kellenvor did just pull him up like, excuse me?
So if it wasn't obvious, there's a trigger for each of you, narratively speaking, for your death scenes. And unless that trigger occurs, you're not going to just be blindsided by your death vision. So don't worry about it too much. I'm not gonna like jump you in the middle of combat with that.
Oh, but come on.
Well, I might. Secondarily, from what you know of Alistair and what from all of you are inferring about this horrifically cruel regime of Empress Moira tends to, or the regime, it's not like she's like intimately doing each and every awful thing that's occurring around you or to you, keeps things around that are useful. And Lira and her expertise on the netstones is no exception. Rather than kill such a talented scholar and be deprived of her intellect, Empress Moira sent one of her lieutenants to instead render Lira Less than.
Incapacitated for this
Yeah,
moment.
that's the good word. Rather than just outright kill her. Because who knows if they would have use of her again. But they also couldn't afford her talking about what she had done to anybody. Um, the Netstone, as a refresher, that Lira worked on exclusively, the one that she worked on, was to do with the one that silenced prayer on the continent. I have a general timeline that I will send to you soon, probably tonight or tomorrow, about like the broad strokes of what you've learned so far that'll help you kind of keep it straight. But the domination was the first act of the Empress's uh, taking control. It was a land war that swept the continent and basically subjugated, in the traditional sense, everybody on the continent. Then came the denunciation, which was she basically ran a propaganda campaign coupled with the netstone that silenced prayers to make people believe the gods had abandoned them. And the third act of her regime was the decimation, which, in lieu of the gods protecting you, what do you have? And that is the 3-stroke move to power that brought Empress Moira to where she is today. She has been in power for close to 14 years at this point, like firmly in power, collecting tithes of various kinds, sitting on the throne.
Lytle, Lytle's been listening to all
Mhm.
of this. Probably not empathizing too awful much yet.
Yeah,
But
it's a lot to take in.
yeah, right now he's got another thought in his mind after hearing her talk about this silent stone, thinking about it and thinking about what it's doing. Um, he has a very specific question to ask her. So I'd like to know if I can get her attention to ask her this question.
Lyra is kind of disengaging from Rorn's display of near violence and is kind of uh grateful for the change of pace. So she will look at you expectantly.
Okay. my my dear lady, as he gives a slight curtsy to her, from one half elf to another, I just want to say welcome back. And I do have one question for you because you seem to be the one who knows the most about this silent stone. You seem to have the knowledge everybody would seek of it. If we could get to it on that mountain, is there a way to either destroy it or stop it?
I think so.
And would you be able to share that with us so that we
I
could possibly do that?
I have just come back to myself after over a decade of being absent from my own mind. I don't remember, but it's coming back. I need I need to sleep. Really sleep. And I need to eat. And I need to bathe desperately. I Give me a day and I will have answers for you.
Um, I I'm gonna ask you a question, DM.
Mm.
Uh, that because I'm pretty sure that she is going to, her mind is probably going to reel even as a half elf
Mm.
as she tries to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Calm emotions, if
Yeah.
cast upon her again, would it help her to get to sleep so that he could allow her that rest?
Let me look at something really quick for you. You have careful spell, quicken spell. Okay. I will allow that to be a possibility this one time. I'm not going to necessarily make a habit out of it because that's not in the nature of the spell. But for something as not as low importance as getting an NPC to sleep, I will allow it.
Yeah.
You can ask her.
Hence
Oh,
Minerva the entirety of campaign 1.
I know. Now you know where I got that from.
Just wait until I get to be a player again, son. Um,
So
I
I
got
would say
ideas.
that at that point, Lytle would
Kitty cam.
probably say something to everybody about we should take this time to rest, set up set up the ability to set watch, and we need to find food. We need to get hot water for her bath. Um,
Despite everything that's happened, it's still just like mid-afternoon here. Because you got to town around just before lunch, just before noon. It took you all total to do all of this about an hour, which seems crazy because we've been in bullet time. So you have time for the rest of the day, and you've not really expended too much by way of like ability stuff. You guys could check out the town if you wanted, or you're gonna need provisions to do anything you want to do with Lyra, so you might have to go out to the market.
so then Lytle will ask. So I do believe we should leave. Somebody should stay here and keep a watch to make sure she's protected while the rest of us go and get these provisions. Would everybody agree on that?
He glances over at Rord.
Red will immediately just say he is staying.
She smiles at you, Red, with a tenderness in her eyes. She looks, the raccoon eyes on this woman are insane. Imagine 15 years of not having your mind and not being able to like truly sleep well and
Cool,
being
she looks
fed
like
through
me.
and being right and being fed through a door. Not a good look. So, yeah, she will nod at you wearily and basically just slump to the side on this couch and say, "You're free to come and go as you please. I will see you tomorrow." And she is basically snoring before she hits the pillow.
Okay, then I don't even need to cast the let her sleep.
I was gonna let you, but at the same time, why waste it? What would y'all like to do?
I am going to the market.
Yeah, we
Is
do need
is Roran
supplies. Yeah,
is Roran still tight? Like, just...
Yes,
Rowan, I do believe that Raka and I could use the company and go there as well. I do have another place that I do need to visit if there is one in this place. Uh, Rika would I would ask that you would help me if you could we could find that place. Um, DM, you know what Lytle is looking for.
in a
Um,
place in a place the size of a town, it's not really possible. You might want to
that's
look for one of those in the city.
what like I said. He's gonna look for one. If not, then that's
The
fine.
the closest you've got is probably a magic shop or an apothecary.
Okay. Um, he does want to go to the magic shop, or or the apothecary, actually both,
Okay.
just to see what he can do.
Okay. Riker, do you have anything you wish to accomplish?
It's already done the house. She's snoring. Oh, I guess I want to go to the market. I need to get supplies. I don't know, see what the town has to offer, but try and keep my head down.
Okay. So,
Uh,
Red, you're staying behind,
Yeah.
and Ruern, you're coming with Lytle and Riker. Genji and Kenji, what would you like to do?
Genji and Kenji is going to. We'll start off going to the market, but as we walk, we're gonna slip away to work on some personal matters.
Yes. We may have to accomplish, because yours is going to be a decently large chunk of time. We may want to do yours at the beginning of next sesh.
That works.
Or, you know what, guys? I would like your permission to give Genji a moment here because
We
we
did take
never
a
know.
lot of time for the
I took
previous.
a lot of
Yeah.
I took a lot of time, and I'm sorry. But
No,
exposition is has yeah.
everybody gets their
Because
turn, right? Everybody gets their
right,
turn.
because Genji and Kenji made at any moment have to drop out of the campaign for a short time, as we all know. So giving priority to them in this moment, I think, is a fair thing. That cool?
Go ahead.
Cool.
All right. Uh, y'all can chime in with humor, but you're really probably not going to be around in character. Um, we can all exit the activity. We're out of that. Uh, let me. Do you want to see the map of Beldrin? I'll pull up that. That sounds useful in
Oh,
this
yes,
moment.
please. Yes,
I
please.
I got you. Um, I'll make a new thing and do that instead.
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing. Uh, Genji and Kenji, what would you like to do?
So once we slip away, we're actually going to make our way to the local thieves guild.
Okay, so they don't have a sign on a door.
Oh,
Because
we have our ways of locating.
yes, they are a criminal organization, just as a
Mm-hmm.
reminder.
Yes.
So they are not gonna be like incredibly easy to find.
Yeah, this isn't Washington D.C.
Right. Oh gosh. How would you like to how do you consider going about finding them as you step out of the Mournhold estate?
Oh, okay. So hold on a second.
Yep.
I feel like there's like always universal signs that we could look for to find the hideout.
Yeah,
of these
usually some dark alley, dark shady alley with the shady characters. Usually someone watches standing guard looking shady while maybe a homeless person to the side when in actuality is another lookout.
Hmm. I like where your
So
head's at.
so
You
as
yes.
so Genji's going to look for the homeless guy more or
Right.
less. And um
You scroll to what I wrote. Okie dokie.
okay, so
Um,
hold on.
yep,
So I'll try joining. I've had Roll20 up this whole time on my other screen because for some reason Discord doesn't always want to cooperate. But
totally understood. Oh wait, I need to move the party ribbon. I'm an idiot. Already
oh, is
failing.
that why I'm not seeing it on the website?
There we go. Now you can see.
Okay,
Or you
hold on.
should be able to anyway.
Stop with the pop-ups.
I refuse to pay for one more subscription. You're gonna have to deal with the ads.
So let's see. So the Thieves Guild would be attached to a a well-known organization, but in the back room sort of thing. Any thieves guild worth their salt is going to have a hand, or in this case, a finger in several pots, because as we all know, in a thieves guild, information is key.
Right.
And the
So,
most ironic place for a thieves guild would be the town jail.
You're right.
right?
You're one to
No,
talk. Yeah.
I know.
so we're going to go to the Beldrin Town Meeting Hall district.
Okay. So that is
And
the seat of power for the town. There's a lot of they're like the seal bearer lives, does his work there. The um city guard has barracks there. It is not necessarily a place where you would expect thieves to be.
all the more reason that it would
Okay.
be a prime
Roll
location. Anyway,
roll me a perception check.
all right. Hey, some thieves like to live on the edge, others not so much. But since we've never been to this particular town, we don't know which one was which.
Right, right. There's no telling.
So
So
perception is going to be a 25.
okay. So you kind of casually, with your hands in your pockets, stroll past the entrance to this town meeting hall and the barracks and everything. You're looking for little marks, which are the tacit way that thieves communicate with each other. This is a place you can find shelter. This is a place that's a good mark. These people are under protection. It's Skyrim.
Exactly.
You're just looking for the little carving on the door frame.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such carving on the barracks or to the entrance to the meeting hall. However, as you wander down this road and you come across the drunken Draugr Inn and Meadery, you happen to see a mark on their doorframe. And it is a mark for presence. Would you like to go inside?
Sure.
The drunken Draugr is active this time of day. As you've searched this long, it's actually time for the miners to have gotten off their shift, and they're all crowding around the bar, and they're waving pieces of silver at a barkeep who, despite all of this shuffle, looks completely unfazed. Uh, on a slightly elevated stage in the corner, a tall, lanky human plays a lute with an easygoing smile and long fingers. A halfling female with a shock of purple hair plays a jazzy horn. And the final member, a dwarvish man with every strand of beard carefully braided into beads, keeps time with a hand drum. And all three of them give the illusion of carefree entertainment, as if this music is something they've played thousands of times. But their eyes are wandering the crowd, which presses tighter and tighter into the tavern by the minute, with a sharp calculation behind their gazes that you know all too well. They're looking for a potential mark. And what's more, the music that they're playing is laced with thieves' cant.
Hmm.
Cano- Canonically, thieves' cant takes 4 times as long to communicate something than if it was spoken plainly, since it uses turn of phrase and other speech devices to talk around the subject matter. It's never occurred to you that song lyrics might make a good foil for this, but it seems to be working well. You understand them perfectly. In the
Well,
first stanza, huh?
no, go ahead, please continue.
In the first stanza, I'm not giving you full song lyrics. I'm sorry, I'm not that good. You can
I wasn't going to ask for that. I was just
okay,
going to ask about
you
the
can write
message,
some.
but it sounds like you're about to tell me.
Yes, I am. You don't need to roll for this because Thieves' Cant is a language you speak.
Hmm?
Um, stanza 1: Don't do big work in this town. dangerous. Stanza 2. We meet at the Silver Chapel every night there's no heat on us. Stanza 3. If you are one of us, flip a gold into the hat with your left hand. And stanza 4. If you wish to meet, flip a second gold into the hat with your right hand.
So I take 1 gold, left hand, flip it into the hat.
Nice.
2 seconds later, I take a second gold in my right hand and flip it in the hat.
All right. The kind of dirty floppy hat on the stage accepts your gold easily. And the lute playing lanky human man taps his forehead as if in thank you, tipping an imaginary hat, the hat that's on the stage.
I
And
respond with the same gesture.
your assignment, your what's the word? Your meeting has been scheduled.
Beautiful.
You know where the Silver Chapel is because you passed it on the way into town, on the way to Lira Mournhold's estate. It's the burnt out chapel in the bottom kind of left hand side of the town. And
There it is. Okay.
yeah. So we can fast forward to
Yep, make my way
tonight.
there.
Yep, we'll fast forward to tonight. Pretend it's dark. The town is going to sleep for the evening. I will let you stealth as you approach this burnt out small church.
All right. And 27.
All right. So no one sees you approach the church, which was ideal. You don't want to draw attention to the place where the Thieves Guild, hangs their hat, so to speak. You approach the burnt out shell of a small church formerly dedicated to, loosely speaking, your goddess. After all, this is a chapel formerly dedicated to Saluna. Your goddess? Wait a minute. You aren't sure you're ready to give such airs to anyone. But
Yeah.
she read you, standing on that astral rock garden's edge. She saw something in you that prompted her to ask, you don't know who you are, do you? You sure thought you did. But the gaping holes in your memory aren't just surrounding your death. Mute yourself, please, for a minute. No, your first memory is your father, Marcus Kellum, taking you by the hand. Your decidedly adult hand. You remember him patiently teaching you how to use a spoon, how to hold a conversation, how to hold a lockpick, how to use a sword, then 2 swords. But you have no memory of your childhood, as in a time frame when you were small. You've always sort of thought of that training period with Marcus as your childhood. But now that nosy moon goddess has made you question everything. Before you know it, you're standing before the door of this chapel in the dead dark of the skeletal trees surrounding it. While the air of smoke is long gone from this place, the desecration of it, the smell of carbonized wood and hint of mold, remains. You can't help but wonder what it would have looked like in its splendor. How do you announce your presence? You're muted.
So internal monologue, or not even monologue, just internal conversation with Kenji. Hey, so what do you think? Should we be polite and go in the front door, or shall we be surprising and come in through the roof? What do you think?
I think I know which one you want to go with.
Maybe.
You can try it. I'm sure they've got people at both entrances.
And with that, Genji is going to stealth his way. Well, actually, first observe. Is there a window or maybe a skylight of sorts
Part of the
near or
roof
on the roof?
the part of the roof has actually collapsed in.
Oh,
It would be not impossible for you to scale this building using the dead trees around it and get on the roof. Hi, Sabrina. Was
that
that
one's actually
Joker?
Joker. That's Joker. See the
Dagnabbit.
white
I
booties?
think they're black and white. I'm sorry, I should know. Um,
Well, Sabrina's all black. Anyway,
yes.
yes, he is going to scale the trees around stealthily to perch himself on the roof.
Roll me a, I guess, acrobatics to scale these trees without snapping a branch and hurting yourself.
With pleasure.
I'll allow you to switch in this moment because it's not a combat.
Ooh. 19, 13, 30, 32.
Okay, Spider-Man. For a moment, you channel Kenji, and you feel your muscles swell, and your muscle fibers stretch, and your nerves get sharper. You scale this tree easy, and you drop like a light-footed cat onto the roof. But this roof is
Impressive.
faulty in some places. You can tell by the ominous squeak of rotten beams under your feet. You're gonna have to move kind of carefully to get to your position where you want to drop in. Roll me another acrobatics.
It's not going to be so good with a 29.
Not so good with a 29.
Not so good, above 20 without trying. It's touch and go in some places. You actually accidentally put your foot through just a little bit at one point, but you make it over to the caved in hole in the roof where you were hoping to make your entrance without, you think, giving yourself away.
Make a quick perception check for any colleagues.
Not on this story of the church. It's a multi-story church in the sense of there's an attic space which you're looking down into, and the space where services were held underneath.
Okay. In
But
that
as far as
case,
you can tell, roll a perception.
okay. 25.
You don't see anybody.
Hmm.
You're usually like a special or something. You found like a weird door or something.
We
Yeah, I'm
may
just.
have to leave you hanging on that.
Oh, yeah, because
Pun
sorry.
intended.
I did not realize it
Um,
was so late. Sorry.
if you guys will give me 2 more minutes to land the plane, I want to leave us on a particular note, okay?
All right.
Landing gears
Um,
down. We're waiting for you to get in the runway.
you're very good to me, guys. You boys, the trio of you who went to market, we'll cover what you actually do during your shopping excursion to next time. Seems like these sessions are never long enough, aren't they? As you mill about in the street, you see two guards approaching. And that normally wouldn't be a problem, except their eyes are fixed on you. One of them has a scroll in his hand. Do you stand still for them to approach you?
Wait, who are they looking at?
It's Riker, Lytle, and Rorn, the group of you. They're not necessarily singling out any of you.
Lauren will
Riker
keep
would.
moving until we are intentionally stopped. No reason to skyline ourselves.
Riker would try and pull Liddell off to the side so we can go around the building. Just break eye line with them for a second.
The guards see you kind of start moving away, and one of them hollers, "Halt." Again, he's got a scroll in his hand.
Okay, well, can I roll an insight just so I can? Like,
Go
is
ahead.
this people that I need to avoid, or are these people like they're looking like to give me something?
Of course.
That's
What
what I'm looking.
seems to be the trouble, officer?
And I'm gonna roll an insight with him, although mine's probably not gonna be as good.
Ron, you're welcome to join it, make it a trio.
I have 14.
Oh shit. Okay, I got a
Okay.
21.
With a
Nope.
14, go ahead. Nothing? Okay. So with a 14, Riker, you gather that these guys aren't posturing like they're here to arrest you. They don't have swords in their hands. They're firmly sheathed at their sides. Their faces are not tight. And Lytle, you notice that scroll has a seal, wax seal on it that looks pretty official looking.
Lyda will mention that lightly to Riker as since they really haven't really been able to break off yet. He'll make sure that hears it as well, and he will speak up and he will he'll say, "My good sirs, were you talking to us? Did you need us to stop? Or did you need us for something? Let me be the first to say, we're here."
You sound like every white tweaker in the South.
Can I say?
Roran
Pardon
at
him.
that
He's a glass cannon.
Roran at that moment also says, what can we do for you, officers?" And the two guards stop a comfortable distance from you, and one of them holds out the scroll and says, "You are invited to Seal Bearer Randall Steelbraid's office. He wishes to speak with you."
May I ask about what?
I wouldn't know.
Lauren will step forward, his hand out with the intent to grab the document. Do they release it?
Yes. But he imparts to you a single word punctuation. Now.
Very well.
And that is where we will end our session on two cliffhangers. We've got Genji dangling by a cat's claw into a decrepit church. We've got three boys potentially going to become felons. And we've got Red tenderly watching Lyra Mournhold sleep.
Whatever you
We're
do, don't split the group.
Yeah, this is what happens. It's okay. We're having a good time. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate your patience with some of the longer bits. Um, gosh, it's just going to get better from here, you guys. I look forward to seeing you next week. We are the Holy Rollers. Thank you for joining us tonight. God bless and have an excellent rest of your night.